Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host. I am super excited to we're kind of on location. This is my sweet friend, Nicole. She is an amazing practitioner. Her business is called Vitality Equiscope. So she is actually at my home and she's been equiscoping several people today and just using that. And so she's going to be able to talk to us about the patch technology along with Equiscope and how it's a fantastic combination. She's patched horses as well. She actually flies all over the country using her Equiscope and the patches on horses and on people. So it's super amazing. So I'm just going to start with our medical disclaimer. All of the technology that we're discussing tonight is not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. If you are pregnant or nursing or on medications, we always recommend that you check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first. So with that, Nicole and I are just going to talk back and forth and have a good time. Her timer probably will go off, so she might have to do a few things on her Equiscope here in a minute. You can actually see my mom. She's hooked up back there because she's got all her plates and just relaxing and having a good time. But so Nicole, tell us how you got started with the patches.
Yeah, so I actually met Nikki at a holistic practitioners meeting here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm just going to change the settings here. And Nikki actually reached out to me shortly after that, and we did a little meeting together. And I was very intrigued by the patches. Are you okay? Okay. And I really started incorporating it into my own business, and it's really been a game changer for a lot of my patients that I Equiscope. So
and what did you notice first when you started patching personally?
Yeah, so I have always held my tension in my neck. When I met with Nikki the first time, she gave me a sample, and within 5 or 10 minutes, I had no pain in my neck. Now, my pain is not a 10, but it's always there, especially on a long drive, things like that. And I was blown away. Like, I couldn't believe the tension was gone. It was like I just had a massage, or, whenever I find time to Equiscope myself, which is rare, it felt like I had just been Equiscoped. So I immediately was like, do you have more samples I can take? I'm sure you get that a lot. And I wanted to share that with everybody that I was in touch with. And it's really taken off. It's really complements my business.
So talk about how the Equiscope, how it clears things from the body. How does it help move things?
Yeah, so Equiscope is intelligent microcurrent therapy. So it uses biofeedback to detect any impedance that it's finding within the tissues and the cells. And if you think of like our cell membrane, we have channels, ions going in and out of the membrane. We have settings on the Equiscope that are a little different than other modalities. So we have a setting that could actually pull out dirty energy, like draw out an abscess or a hematoma, or quiet down the nervous system where we're not pushing energy in on like a shock wave or a PEMF. So it's really good to like pull out, I'm just going to say on horse, like I've done a snake bite or an abscess, things like that. And it's also really good for neuropathy patients in that sense. On the other flip side of that, we have settings that only push in energy. So for like a big physical trauma or a fracture, muscle tear, that kind of thing, we can just push in clean energy, as well as we have wellness settings that are a bipolarity setting where you are using an alternating current that is actually pulling out dirty energy, replacing that space with clean energy. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that Equiscope does, as well as helps with, detoxing the body and emotional trauma release mechanisms and things like that. So it really has a place, for just about anybody on a wellness journey. And again, I feel like the patches give that extra long-lasting effect that the Equiscope offers. So it's been really nice. I feel like the Equiscope is the patches on steroids. So you can get like a big dose of it and then, go home with your patches and use them daily and get relief that way too.
Mhm.
So it's been great.
Yeah. So that's what's been amazing to watch her when she's working with people or with horses. Pretty much like everything that I've seen, or at least that we've talked about, when the equiscope, there's very few people that the equiscope does not benefit or help. But when the equiscope does work, so the majority of our clients it is working on, she has 100% results with the patches. That is what is so incredible, is that the results are truly phenomenal because like she's talking about, they're working in that same, ours is obviously our own body, what our own body already does. This is actually then helping move some of that. The equiscope helps move all of that. So it's why it's a fantastic combination. And I really have not ever seen, like if I'm working with people with the patches, especially just the X39. So for the most part, it's again, 100% results just with X39. So if I'm doing that on my own without the equiscope, it's probably about 50-50 as to whether someone feels it right away, like, right when they put it on, if they notice something that first day. So, but if they're being equiscoped, it's been 100%. If the equiscope is they're also getting benefit from that, which is really phenomenal. So, so tell us about some of the, I know she's going to make a change.
Mom setting.
Okay. So she's going to change the setting. Oh, Aria's waving. Aria's waving in the background. She has had, I'm trying to think of a few of the clients. So one of the clients that I have been helping with her has got, different aches and pains, throughout her body. And she's just said that they're life-changing, like the addition of the patches. Oh yeah. Awesome. So I'm going to let you guys watch as she's doing this, but truly life-changing results with the patches for her. Her husband's discomfort in his back has gotten better. So that's been phenomenal. Her daughters and different things as well has been phenomenal. I'm trying to think. She's always texting me about somebody who's like, yeah, she's got the relief has just been truly amazing.
Yeah. I also want to add, I do a lot of athletes. So whether it's a human athlete or equine athletes, we do a lot of sports teams, getting people ready for an event or a game, something like that. And the patches have been wonderful for that as well. So there's actually a professional bowling team, and I go to that team often to equiscope them to get them ready for a tournament. And I introduced them to the patches, and they actually had someone on their team that already had the patches. But it was really great to see that in an athletic sense that the patches can work for a team like that. Also on the equine side, we've had some top performance horses that have done amazing with the patches. So that's really exciting too.
So tell us about your horse, the first time that you patched your horse and you guys raced.
Yeah. So actually I had a young horse. So I barrel raced and I was entering her at her first maturity. And, I really thought like she wasn't as prepared as she could have been going into that event, but she killed it. And she's done amazing. And I've run her with the patches on stomach 36 pretty much every time I ran her.
And remind me, there was something you were saying she felt different the first time you did the patches, like around the barrels, like there was something that you noticed with how she was moving.
Yeah, I think she just felt a little bit more smooth, maybe relaxed, definitely more focused for a young horse. So yeah, I and my daughter pro rodeos, and she's now using the AccuLife on her horses. So
awesome.
And we've done X39 and AccuLife on the horses.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. And then she also had a patient who was pretty young, who's got some major, female issues going on, that she was able to equiscope and get some relief. And then with the patches too, really reduction in, the aches and everything that she was having. So
yeah. It was a young girl. I've equiscoped her 3 times and we incorporated the patches, and she had 24-hour relief every time she used the patches. So,
which is incredible.
Yeah.
And then I know there was a recent Facebook post that you did, so you can follow Nicole on Facebook. Is it just Nicole Helm?
Vitality Equiscope.
Okay. Yeah. So under her business, Vitality Equiscope. but you posted like you were there equiscoping the horse, but the owner had major
Right.
pain. So you patched the owner,
Yeah.
and what happened with that?
So I've been getting this quite a bit. So I carry the sample patches in with me now. And if I patch somebody and say they don't want to commit to buy a full pack, I'll just add, $5, give them a patch for that, day or that session. But I was at a barn a couple weeks ago, and when I was equiscoping the horses, the owner was like, "Do you have time to do my neck today?" Which is oftentimes how it goes. And I said, I was actually kind of running late, but I was like, "Hey, try this patch." And, while I'm finishing up the horses, just see if she had an immediate response like I did. And she couldn't believe it. She was like, "I've heard of these patches. I've seen them in the horse community and in the barrel racing industry," but she'd never, actually committed to purchasing. So anyway, probably by the time I was done with her horses, she'd had her patch on for maybe an hour, and her pain was like a 1, like 0. So it almost completely disappeared. And yeah, that was amazing. And I left the patch actually on her point of pain, and I equiscoped her around that just as an extra, but
Yeah. Absolutely. So she got great relief even before you equiscoped her.
Yeah.
So that's phenomenal. Yes.
Yeah.
So
great.
exciting. Yes. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there was any other stories I was going to have you tell. So make a change again.
You talked about Sarah. Yeah. And she's been up in Vermont, and I would have to say, so, across just my business, I've probably introduced patches to probably 7 different states that I go to. Some people have already heard of them. Some people, they're brand new and really love it. So
yeah. Awesome. So exciting. So I will, I'll just, unless there's something else you can think of, I'm just going to explain the technology to you real quick. So I'll let Nicole get back to her thing. And then if you think of anything while I'm talking, just holler and then you can jump in. So basically I forgot there's one, I don't know if there's one on the back of my neck. If I rip it off to show you, this is what they look like. Tiny little Band-Aid, just really amazing technology. There is over 250 patents. There's over 90 clinical studies. So you can be sure that it is scientifically backed and vetted well. Nicole is also, I guess we didn't talk about your background as an RN. So she's an RN and doing all of this. So just wanted to start her own business. And it's truly amazing how she travels all over the country. But anyway, so you have people like her that understand science, that understand the importance of how the body works and moves, that are using this technology. So it's working through a process called photobiomodulation. Okay. So super simple, something that's been around from the beginning of time. That's just a big word for light making change in the body. So every time we step out into the sun and the sun hits our skin and our eyes, it tells our body to make vitamin D. That vitamin D then goes and does what it was already designed to do in the body. And our body uses it the way that it was designed to. So this works the same way, only you don't need the sun. You become the heat source. So when you're looking through night vision goggles or seeing on the TV when it's a movie on and they're looking through night vision goggles, we were going to talk about the water machine. Sorry, Leslie's getting water back there. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there, it's clear in the background. So Leslie's got her water. So we were going to talk, we'll come back to that. So Nicole comes over and has water all the time. But anyway, so night vision goggles, you are the heat source or the light source. So scientifically, all those colors of light through night vision goggles are a light source, but they are emitting heat. That's why you can feel it when you sit down next to somebody. You can feel that heat radiating off of them. Scientifically, that's actually light. That light is hitting the center of this patch, and then it is being reflected back into the body. The center of this patch is tiny little microcrystals in a crystal lattice structure that emit a very specific frequency. When our infrared light hits that, it gets emitted back into the body. So like a mirror bounces back into the body, turning on GHK. So GHK copper peptide is this amazing peptide in the body that is classified as the fountain of youth. So it was found over 50 years ago. So there's 50 years of research on this peptide. It's truly amazing. So one of the things that it does is that it turns on regenerative cells. So this is another fascinating, amazing thing. Just last year, we won the Biotech Award of the Year for innovation in stem cell innovation. So that is actually a combination of our X39 technology along with our Cellergize. So these two together have won that stem cell activation or innovation of the year award. So one, Cellergize supports the body from using something exogenous, making sure that we have all the right minerals and balance of copper and zinc in our body, and support of stem cells through sea buckthorn extract. So it does all of that, helping the body to be able to respond and those stem cells to be supported. And then this actually turns on the GHK as well, so that it will move around the body and do what it was designed to do, which is get stem cells up and running in our body. So allowing those, when that happens, we can have truly anything, any remarkable thing. So all the things that you heard Nicole talk about, it just depends on what somebody's bodies need. Our bodies were designed to heal themselves. So when they get what they need, they will do what God designed our bodies to do. Just like that would be true as well, like when you walk out into the sun and all of the health benefits that we get in the sun, as long as we're not getting burned, obviously. So, okay. So then when you think about that, one of the things I talk about with people is the regeneration of stem cells. The next thing is support for the brain. So overall in your brain, so relief in anxiety and depression, brain fog clears. That's something that happened for me at about 6 weeks. So that was amazing to have my brain come back and I would be able to think straight and not forget conversations I was having, or walk into a room and think, okay, why did I walk into this room? So having my brain back was so important to me. So it also benefits your entire cardiovascular system. So helping your heart, your blood vessels, the lining of your blood vessels, your immune system. So not just any type of sickness that you might get, but also think long-term, like things that we get that every type of disease state is because our immune system is not working properly. And so having that support to our immune system makes a huge difference. So you have the support to your immune system, but you're also turning on stem cells. So you have the combination that goes on in the body. So you can have true regeneration. So, and then as well as collagen support. Hair, skin, and nails is what most people think of when they think of collagen. Collagen is actually the glue that holds our bodies together. So it's in the lining of our organs. It is the entire meridian system are made of tiny little spindles of collagen. It is all across our body, holding our ligaments, our tendons, our tissue, our fascia, all of that has collagen in it. And so that is supported across the body. So you can see why people would get these really amazing results and different results, because now you have regenerative cells added with collagen support, compounding each other over time. So people get more and more results, better and better results, more and more support for, just our really and truly reversing age. The truth is that the very first day you put on this patch is the oldest biologically you will ever be. And so that's what's also amazing, because it's resetting our cells. Over 4,000 genes are being reset to a younger, healthier state. So there is nothing else on the planet that can do that. It's truly a remarkable technology. So, let's see, we were going to talk about the water. So tell us about your experience with the water.
This is my second one today, my second bottle of water today. I feel like, it's so funny because I Aquascope and use the patches, and now I'm drinking this amazing magic water. Holy water is what we're calling it here, friendly in Nikki's house. It just helps you feel revitalized, hydrated, makes you feel fresh and like ready to go after you leave.
Yes,
And
yeah.
I just can't stop drinking it.
Yeah,
So.
awesome. I know the last time we did this and Leslie had come over, she was I think you had 3 that day. Is that right? Okay. And so she's over here. She was talking about how she just slept so well that night. The combination of the Equiscope and the water, and then of course she wears patches every day, has been for a long time. So just that support. So the patches are the water is amazing because it supports NAD production in the body. The only way that you can get that is through IV therapy. So it's the energy, it's the support to all of your mitochondria across the body. So now we have something else in our amazing line of technology with LifeWave that helps to support our body in that way. So any type of like autoimmune condition as well. So these are all like metabolic issues, metabolic problems. So this actually supports the water, your body being able to be hydrated, supports your metabolism across the board in every single cell, so that the bond angle is actually changed on the water. That's what 6 wavelengths of light do to the water, is they change that bond angle so that it can then actually be penetrate every single cell. So you're actually now getting hydrated. So many adults suffer with hydration problems. So that's the amazing thing about the water technology as well, is now we have a way for people to actually support their absorption, to help them be hydrated. So truly remarkable in that as well. Did you think of anything else, Nicole, that you were wanting to add as I was talking?
Summed it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So anyway, so that was super quick. I'm glad we got to do this. So I was trying to think if there was anything else I should add. Let me just make sure there's not anything in the chat here real quick. Let's see. Okay,
Yes.
Jesus water.
Yeah.
Vicki, yes, absolutely. That's what happens when you have a scientist, inventor, and founder that actually studies the way that God designed our body, right? Like you get this amazing results. It's too bad that from the beginning of time, all of our scientists did not study the way that God has designed the body, instead of deciding that they can come up with something better, right? Instead, let's look to the creator, see how he created things, and then support that design. And that's why I love this company. It's why I love David Schmidt. It's why if this is brand new, if this is the first time you've been on a call or heard a story like this, that you definitely want to get more information, get back to the person who invited you to call, tell them that you're ready to get started. Don't wait. That's the other thing we see all the time, is that people will wait and they'll be like, why did I wait so long? I should have started this so much sooner because I had no idea that I was going to get these amazing results. So anyway, with that, thank you all for being on tonight. Thank you for coming into my home and getting to see this amazing technology with Equiscope. Please follow Nicole, Vitality Equiscope, on her social media channel. She's fantastic at doing a bunch of different social media things and posting all the time. And please let your friends know that have horses and friends. And even she's traveling all over the United States. So if she travels to a city near you, reach out to her. She will come and let you experience the Equiscope and get to know my sweet friend. So anyway, with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. God bless.
Good night. God bless. Thank you, Nicole. It was awesome.
Thanks for having me.